How was today?
I thought today, was good. We started off a little slow offensive side. I feel like, we didn't start off how we wanted to, aggressive, but as the day kept going, I feel like we got better and better. So that's the goal, but, I want to start off fast and start off the day right. So.
How has this transition been with this new offense? What's different, and how do you feel like you're picking it up?
I feel like it's, not too much different, other than like names and stuff, but also guys, just trying to get guys together, getting the culture into them. But, I feel like it hasn't been too difficult, just understanding it. I feel like for me it's a little bit easier because we get, free. We get to do whatever we want to do instead of, having one set thing. So I like it.
You're playing left tackle, you're playing inside. Just what's it like moving all around?
That's just what I'm used to, I can play anywhere, but, I'm fine with playing anywhere, wherever coach wants me to play. But, I just think, for me to have that in my toolbox, I think it's a good thing for sure.
Another opportunity to represent your hometown. I mean, how much does it mean to you to be here to represent the 252?
It's just big. My parents coming to every practice, come and watch me play, and it means a lot. Having everybody that I know around me, just recognizing me and stuff. So, I enjoy it for sure.
What do you think the O-line needs to grow right now from now until you guys get?
First, I'd say intensity. Being more aggressive. I feel like not everybody's trying to snap off the ball as much as we should be. I feel like culture-wise, we're there. We got guys that want to be together. I just feel like just a couple technique things and maybe some intensity. I feel like our effort got in there today. I feel like it was better today, though.
Just watching you guys as a group, y'all seem very comfortable despite so many new guys. So what is that cohesion like?
So our Coach Hutt wants us to hang out all the time, and for us, we love that because we want to hang out with each other. So just being together, understanding each other, spending some time off the field, just getting to know each other. I think that's big for us.
So what improvements do you feel like you noticed from the first scrimmage to this one?
I feel like our effort was a lot better today. I feel like we were running to the ball more, trying to get into piles, trying to get the extra yard. I'd say our intensity was a little bit up, not where we wanted to be, but more than it was last weekend.
Bryce, I talked to you when you committed to
Yes, sir.
ECU back in the day. How much have you grown as a player and even as a person since those days?
My freshman year was rough, rough patch for me, just getting older, going through the motions, kind of just seeing where I could fit in at. And, it took me a little bit, there was some growing pains. I had to learn myself from the hard way, but, after that, I saw what it took to be where I'm at now. So, I just keep pushing, and I'm proud of where I'm at now, but, I want to be more for sure.
What are you seeing from the quarterbacks, and how can you as an older guy kind of help them in the process?
I'm seeing leadership for sure. I think Emory and Mitch do a great job trying to lead us and doing a great job, being with communication and being on our side. And, just me as an older guy with the O-line and knowing how, things go around here, I just think, being in their ear and telling them, they're doing a good job instead of them being so, they have a lot of pressure on them because they're competing right now. So just being that guy that's next to them and, making sure that they're good, I feel like goes a long way.
Who's the toughest guy to block right now?
J.R. Robinson probably for sure. J.R. is, he's a dog. Obviously Jug too. My boy Julian is good too, but J.R.'s got that twitch that, not a lot of people out here have, and he's very strong too, very powerful. So, just whenever, me and him are always going against each other, one-on-ones, base blocks. So just having that guy going against me a lot is going to sharpen me for sure.
It's pretty slick how you scrambled like that. I saw my man.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I got scared.